Hey there, friends! Going to fields and forests with a metal detector, each one of us wants to find something rare or expensive. But you can never say what you will dig up with the next signal of your metal detector. And that's the very reason that makes us wade through impassable forests, deep ravines, go for miles by car in all kinds of weather. Neither the rain nor the extreme heat is enough to stop us. The most desperate of us go out even in winter, sowing ice, hammering it with pickaxe, in hope to find an artifact hidden by someone hundreds of years ago, or maybe just lost by a careless traveler on his long journey. In this video, we will tell you about a few incredible World War II finds. Let's get right to the chase. Two friends went in search of World War II military artifacts with a metal detector when a clear signal caught their attention. After digging the ground, they saw a huge chest. I can only imagine what kind of thoughts were going on in their heads at that moment. Maybe it's full of gold coins or church relics. I bet someone already pictured himself as a millionaire. When they opened it, they saw that it was the chest of a German officer. There was a whole wardrobe, a jacket, trousers, and even boots. The condition was excellent, ready for museum. There were a lot of chevrons, shoulder straps, a lot of different small items. The owner of the chest turned out to be very thrifty. Among the things, there were also a picture of a woman with a child, probably his family. A Soviet star was also discovered. Apparently, a German soldier decided to bring it home as a souvenir from the Eastern Front. But the most interesting thing was the Iron Cross in excellent condition. But apparently, the poor guy just got tired to drag so many things with him. And the Red Army was advancing very rapidly, so he decided to bury all his property. Well, what's the big deal? The war would end, and he would come and dig up the chest. That's what he probably thought. But the Red Army captured the city of Königsberg and kept it for itself as a compensation. And the soldier couldn't take his property. Or maybe he just got shot by a Russian sniper on the streets of Berlin. Or died from an exploding shell. We certainly won't find out. But he left an incredible find, which two friends were able to discover. Such finds happen once in a lifetime, and not everyone is so lucky. The German sub-chasers. During the search for the Soviet submarine M96, which went missing in 1944 in the Gulf of Finland, the participants of the Bow to the Ships of the Great Victory Expedition and the Marine Engineering Company LLC for towing found the places of death of 4 German ships from the 12th flotilla of submarine chasers. In 1942, this unit, among others, ensured the protection of the Gogland anti-submarine frontier, the sea urchin mine barrier, Seeiger in German, which was one of the largest links to the naval blockade of Leningrad, and throughout the war, this was the first obstacle that Soviet submariners faced when going on combat campaigns. The German ships that died at different times and for different reasons lie approximately in the same area, between the islands of Gogland and Mali Tutors. UJ-1211, former whaler Rao X, sunk on August 7, 1941, and UJ-1204, former fisherman Berman, sunk on October 26, 1941, lie at a depth of about 70 meters at a short distance from each other, clearly in the coordinates of the Soviet minefield 19A, exposed on July 15, 1941 by the Ural mine layer and the Kalinin destroyer. The German command didn't organize a controlled trawling of its rare areas, for which it cruelly paid with the loss of these 2 units. The ships have identical damage, both sections tore off. The death of these 2 chasers was accompanied by heavy casualties among the crews. 22 people died on UJ-1211 and 45 sailors on UJ-1204. The discovery and the results of the both ships' examination refuted the version of the ship's death that was dominant in all past years. the explosion on the Rowan drifting mines. UJ-1216, former whaler Star 91, was sunk on August 26, 1942, by a Soviet torpedo boat of the D3 type under the command of Senior Lieutenant Maxim Pinov, who received the Order of the Patriotic War of the Second Degree for this battle. During a rapid night attack, the Soviet boat hit the German ship with a torpedo in the central part at close range. UJ-1216 broke and sank in less than a minute. The German crew lost 39 sailors, more than a half. Now, the hull of the former whaler lies at a depth of 55 meters. It's broken into two parts and lies in the form of letter V, but the bridge and bow armament of 88 and 20 mm guns and even the ship's bell have been preserved. UJ-1205 died on December 1, 1942, being rammed by the German minesweeper M29 in the fog. Having received a blow to the engine room, having struggled for survival for over half an hour, UJ-1205 went down. The ship is now lying at a depth of about 60 meters, with its nose up and damaged stern submerged in the ground. In this accident, 2 members of the chaser's crew were killed. The search for other sunken ships continues. On the 5th of March, in Sevastopol, a torpedo boat G5, which sank during the Second World War, was lifted from the bottom of the Black Sea. The boat sank at the exit from the Corentin Bay, where a brigade of torpedo boats of the Black Sea Fleet was based during the defense of Sevastopol 1941–1942. The ship lay underwater for 78 years. Despite this, its body is well preserved. It was at a depth of 12 meters. G5 is a small warship. It was intended to defeat enemy military and transport ships. During the Second World War, the crews of such boats went to night raids, attacked the enemy, landed troops, evacuated the wounded and rescued the pilots who had been shot down from the water. The discovered boat was part of the Black Sea Fleet Brigade, which was based in Corentin Bay. Before lifting, divers examined the boat for torpedoes and other explosive objects. The ship was reached using a floating crane. Currently, the search group is working in the archives to establish the boat number and crew names. It is already known that during the defense of Sevastopol, enemy aircraft were able to sink 6 boats of this series. With a high degree of probability, we can say that this boat is number 61, which sank on June 15, 1942. In the future, it is planned to restore the appearance of the boat and install it on a pedestal as a monument to the heroic defense of Sevastopol. I hope that soon we will find out the names of the crew and their future fate. That's all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. You can support our channel by applying for sponsorship or by sending us super thanks. Good luck to everyone!